Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Ba-Boom, the Political Vigilante. So what have we seen? The Democrats love to say Trump's bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. But then they do either just as bad as he did or in some cases worse. So this just came out. This was in Yahoo News. John Kerry says Donald Trump destroyed the U.S.'s credibility on climate change. Now, Donald Trump, not good on climate. Very clearly awful on climate. Just Bear Sands, the tar sands or Bear Sands project in Utah. I mean, he just pipeline, took us out of the Paris Accord. I mean, he did not care about the environment at all. But the Democrats care about that much more. Like, can you see any light passing? Just barely. There's just that much more. And then they can laud themselves as these big champions of the environment when they don't care. And this is what this is about, to just keep us going, oh boy. And more like more of the lesser of two evil, vote any blue will do crowd going, at least we got rid of Trump. He was awful for the environment. Yeah, great. He was awful for the environment. What's Joe Biden done? Where's his Green New Deal? Oh, right, we don't have one. His infrastructure plan. What is there? Is there green energy in there? Kind of, but we don't really know. And when will we actually see it implemented? I don't know. There was $45 billion that's been allocated for rent relief. Only $3 billion of it has made it to Americans, as somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 Americans face eviction. And they just kicked that moratorium can down the road to October 3rd. Okay, great. Is Cory Bush going to sleep on the steps again in October? Eventually, the moratorium is going to end. And people are going to be hungry. So this is more of this Democrat acting. They're so much better when they're not. Obama had the House and the Senate. He was a two-term president. He won overwhelmingly in both of his elections. Where was his sweeping Green New Deal? Where was it? There was a period in there where they had the House and the Senate, and they could have got a lot done, and they didn't. Oh, the obstructionist Republicans. That's a lie. They had a filibuster-proof Senate. They lied about that. Because they know that is a piece of propaganda pie that the Americans will swallow. Oh, the Republicans gummed up the works, and the Republicans feed that to their base and say, oh, the Democrats got in the way. And it's not the case. The two parties got in the way of the American people, because if Obama really wanted, there was districts that voted for Obama twice that ended up voting for Trump in 2016. White districts. He had the will of the people. They had people like, we gave Bush 2 terms. He lied, got us into these wars. We want something. Obama could have come in and said, Green New Deal. And that's what he ran on in 2008. And I got suckered in. I thought, oh, he's going to change. And then I remember hearing during the campaign trail, he was like, we're going to get out of these crazy wars that are just for oil. And we're going to do solar and wind. And I remember at one campaign speech, he goes, and clean coal. And I was like, clean coal? What? Clean coal is a buzzword to keep coal states to vote. West Virginia and look, coal miners in those states, they don't want to keep mining coal. They're happy to get out of that racket. It's the only jobs they have. So they have to do it. It's like people don't want to work at Walmart. There's no other jobs. So Obama could have done all this stuff. And Kerry was his Secretary of State for the back half of it when Hillary started running for president. And what did Kerry do when he was the Secretary of State? Was he like really, really pushing Obama for climate change? No, he was rubber stamping Obama's wars. Kerry becomes chief advocate for U.S. attack. This is on Syria. That's what John Kerry did. Mr. Swiftboat anti-Vietnam was all good for the war machine when they started filling his pockets. That's what John Kerry did. Because that's what you do. You play ball. The Democratic Party says, we'll get you, man, we'll let you run for president, maybe even get to the White House. And if you give us a good run and you play by our rules, which is fostering military, fostering big Wall Street, letting the big pharmaceutical companies and the healthcare lobby prevent Americans from having single payer healthcare, which, by the way, if we had single payer healthcare, we probably would have had somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 less deaths during COVID. So instead of 600,000 deaths, we would have 400,000. That's what John Kerry could have been a part of under Biden and Obama. You know, Joe Biden, our current president, that could give everybody Medicare for all because we're in a state of emergency due to a once in a century pandemic. He could do student debt forgiveness. All these things Obama could have done in 2 terms, didn't do it. What was Kerry a part of during Obama's last year when Kerry was Secretary of State? Oh, Obama dropped 26,171 bombs in 2017. So this is just more ridiculous feeding the we're resisting. Remember this big resistance by Nancy Pelosi when Trump gave this State of the Union speech? Remember this big resistance?
That's why my administration reversed the failing policies of the previous administration on Cuba. We are supporting the hopes of Cubans, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans to restore democracy. The United States is leading a 59-nation diplomatic coalition against
59 nations. There's like 100 and some nations around the world that are against this puppet Juan Guaido that these 2 people are about to stand up and cheer for.
the socialist dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro. Maduro is an illegitimate ruler, a tyrant who brutalizes his people, but Maduro's grip on tyranny will be smashed and broken. Here this evening is a very brave man who carries with him the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of all Venezuelans. Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President, please take this message back to your family.
She just stood with Juan Guaido, who's a CIA puppet. This is to show you when John Kerry, oh, Trump is so bad. They love when he's on board with bullshit regime change wars and CIA coups, and they're all good pals. They're all big pals. Look at this. And this didn't make the rounds on social media. Her ripping up his speech. That was the big show.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr.
Great
President.
honor. Thank you very much. Please take this message back that all Americans are united with the Venezuelan people in their righteous struggle for freedom. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Okay, so there's more of this ridiculous. I can't look at that. But here's the thing that just came out in The Guardian. Our leaders look climate change in the eye and shrug. And the Democrats once again control the Senate and the House and the White House. So where's the big? So this whole thing here is just, this is planting the seed of, we tried to get the invite. That was the whole thing. Biden's got to spend half his time on doing all the crazy crap from Trump. Can't get anything done. Yeah, you can. You control the Congress. You could be like Medicare for all. His first day, he could have done all these things. In the infrastructure plan, is a Green New Deal that's going to put all these Americans to work. He could have done it. Instead, it's all this back in the pit. He says the infrastructure is going to help with green. I'll believe it when I see it. It'll be little band-aids. It won't be what we really need. He's still okaying permits, fracking permits and pipelines. You got to scare these people that you're going to vote him out. Gavin Newsom is terrified that he's going to get recalled as governor of the state of California. So all of a sudden, because the lefty progressives are like, hey, man, why do you keep giving fracking permits? And he's kind of stopping that. And everyone's like, no, I'm not voting for Gavin Newsom in this recall election unless he guarantees me he's done fracking and he gives a Californian single payer healthcare. If he does that, then I'll vote to keep him as governor. But I don't think he's going to, because he's bought and paid for just like Nancy Pelosi and everybody else. So this is just more, it's still trying to blame everything on Trump. Trump's gone. You guys have control of everything. Be leaders. So what? Come in to China and Russia and say, we're going to lead the world in green energy, rather than propping them up as these bad guys to justify more military spending. You know, when the military spending just got increased by $25 billion, who gave that? Was it the crazy Republicans and Trump? No, it was the democratically controlled Senate just gave Biden $25 more billion to the already bloated $743 billion war budget. We outspend the next somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 50. I've lost track of how many countries we outspend. So don't give me this. It's Trump's fault. Did Trump suck on the environment? Yeah, but that he's gone. Shut up. He's gone. He's gone. I don't. What are you talking about? What? That's like, oh, I'm in a new relationship. My old girlfriend was so crazy. That's why I gotta cheat on my new girlfriend. Ugh. What? What are you talking about? So this is more excuses. And the corporate media pushes it out there, and the vote any blue will do liberals will gobble this up. Because they'll always make excuses. Fox News made excuses for Trump. They didn't hold Trump accountable for his $1.5 trillion tax break that he gave the richest Americans. He didn't help out the working class like he said he was going to do. He bailed on them for the wealthy donors, which is what every president does. And Fox didn't hold him accountable for that. And just like MSNBC is not going to hold him accountable for this nonsense. The climate is collapsing. Record temperatures in the West Coast of the US, in Canada, in Antarctica, in the UK. Wildfires way ahead of wildfire season. The wildfire season started in June. We're already in August. We've already had fires most of the summer. They had wildfires up in New England and New York. And there was a fire in the Gulf of Mexico, for the love of God. There was just like a dragon was spitting fire. Remember that? Don't blame Trump. I'm sick of this Trump. Oh, but shut up. This is the same nonsense. Blame. Oh, it's Trump. They're obstructionists. But they were trying to last week. They were trying to say it was the Republicans' fault that we didn't. The eviction moratorium wasn't extended. What? Everybody complaining. Oh, Joe Biden, who's in power, and oh, the Democrats who are in power decided to extend it to October 3rd. Oh, weird. How did they make that happen? Because everyone pressured them. So this candy ass notion that don't be mean to the squad, don't be mean to the Democrats, don't be mean to the Progressive Caucus in Congress. They're our allies. No, they're not. Scare the shit out of them. Hey, Gavin Newsom, I'm not voting for you unless you guarantee me these things. So I donated money to squad members, and I don't live in their districts. I couldn't vote for them, but I donated money to them. Not a lot, but still. A bunch of us gave 10, 20, 30 bucks to people that didn't even represent us. And we thought we believed in them so much. So you better bet your sweet ass, fraud squad, that we're coming for you. We'll vote your asses out with the People's Party. Oh, you People's Party got in the way of Nina Turner. No, we didn't. The corporate Democratic machine got in the way of Nina Turner. But yeah, let's blame the People's Party. Yeah, let's blame the Green Party. Let's blame who? Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Let's blame Ralph Nader and Jill Stein and all these people that have no power. If the People's Party is so powerful, man, you shouldn't piss us off then. If we can just make people like Nina Turner lose, then I wouldn't piss us off. You might want to do what we want. Otherwise, we're going to just keep letting your beloved corporate Democrats lose. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, and sniff out the bullshit when I hear this. This is just such nonsense. You can't blame Trump anymore. John Kerry, who are you? Who are you, John Kerry? You warmonger? You're blaming Trump? Ugh. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Hey, everybody, it's Graham Elwood. We are going on the road, Ron Placone and I, in September and October. Check grahamelwood.com for tour dates, probably coming to a city near you. A lot of these shows have sold out in the past. We haven't been on the road in a year and a half because of the pandemic. Come out and join us. The post-pandemic comedy tour. Go to grahamelwood.com for tickets. New cities being announced every day. Join us and support what we do at patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Thank you. You're making Gotham great again. Boom.